And we know what kind of expectations we have going into each and every game, each and every week. But I believe this past Saturday it really didn't show anything like that. But we just gotta make sure that we're ready to come out and play. Just because you're playing against a team that's not in your conference, anything like that. You gotta expect to win each and every down, each and every play. And they came to play and they executed.
Are you guys taking solace in the fact that you're 0-0 in the Big Ten right now?
Yeah. I mean, it's conference play starting this Saturday, and we're just gonna, correct our mistakes from the past 3 games and roll with them.
How do you make this a good loss?
I mean, if you don't learn from anything, you have to learn from a loss, and that's the only good that you can get out of a loss is to learn from it and move on with it. So, like I said, just correcting everything that we had going on in that game. And just taking the ownership of it and just moving on to the next week.
How does it change, I guess, the tone of the season? Because when you look back to last year, from the start you won and you won and you won and you won 12 times in a row. And this time, week 3, you suffer a loss. How does that change the tone, you think, of the rest of the way?
I mean, the expectations, we feel, after a loss, it shows, it's a wake-up call, and it's letting you can't take any game for granted, can't underestimate anyone. You got to be ready to play, and you got to be prepared to play against the opponent. So, we're going on an away game, first road game, Big Ten first game, and so just got to be ready to play.
Is it good to get away almost after a loss, or not?
I mean, to me personally, I don't know, but I mean, it's going to be a good game out there, and it's going to be good if we can hopefully get this win on the road.
As you guys, last year obviously had a terrific regular season. You didn't have to experience a loss until very, very late. But the year before you did, and it was kind of a negative campaign as a whole. What do you guys do kind of mentally now? I mean, going through, because you guys were loved by everybody for so long. Now it's kind of the opposite effect, just kind of an overreaction. Is that something that coach tells you about? Hey, now you know who's in your corner versus everybody loving you before.
I mean, we pretty much don't feed off the outside noise, anybody. We really not worried about who likes us and who don't. It's really about the guys that's in that meeting room together, coaching staff, trainers, players, everybody like that. Just all coming together as one unit, and that's what really matters is the guys that's in the one room together.
Does a loss or some sort of adversity reinforce that, or is it something that you guys, no matter how your success is?
I mean, win or lose, that's our thoughts. We don't listen to anything outside of us. Everything stays inside with our unit, and that's how we kind of handle things.
Is that difficult, especially when times are good?
I mean, not really, because you still getting accomplishments from your coaches. Those are the best accomplishments that you can get, and compliments and things like that. So and from the players. So it's good to have people outside, congratulating you, things like that. But those are things that we want to stay away from to stay focused into the season. That's one thing that we did well last year.
You guys, obviously, your coach said you need to stop the run, do a better job in that area. Do you expect maybe some changes this week?
No, I don't think there's going to be any changes at all. Our game plan is I think perfectly fine. We just got to be ready to play and just be ready to go when the time comes.
Was it a surprise at all? I mean, we know what North Dakota State is and can do, but they're still an FCS program. They still have that label attached to them. But the fact is that they're as good as, at least what I've seen the last couple of years, all but a handful of your opponents. I mean, did they surprise you guys at all with their play?
No, I don't think they surprised at all. Like I said, we knew that their main focus was to come down here and win the game, and that's one thing that that we didn't come out ready to play, and that's something we're gonna have to change.
Is it frustrating at all knowing that nobody's coming after you?
No, not at all. I mean, as long as I'm doing my part on the field and contributing to the team, I'm satisfied with anything. And as long as we stay on the field and doing what we have to do, I think it's a good game for us.
You guys have that 24-hour rule. but sometimes losses linger. Sometimes, the motivation from them, provides the motivation. The losses, just like winning, can provide confidence. Is there been a carryover effect from the loss, or do you sense that, hey, new week, no motivation?
I mean, last week was last week. Like I said, it's just as a play. You don't want to let one play affect the whole game, just like you don't want to let one game affect the whole season. So I mean, we can't let that dwell on us. So we have to move on, put that in the past, move on to the next week.
What's the one thing you guys have to do better to stop the run?
I mean, we just prepare for it. I mean, I feel like we just got to prepare for it, be ready for it. We know when it's a run and things like that, but I feel like we wasn't moving like we wanted to move with the urgency out there on the field Saturday. So I mean, that's something that we're gonna have to change.
Has it been intensity on that side of the ball that's been a struggle?
Not really. I honestly really don't know. I mean, like I said, we just we felt like we didn't play up to our expectations Saturday, and that's something that we're gonna have to correct going on later on in the season.
Ben kind of explained as playing cautious with the run defense. Was that kind of, you seem more assertive kind of with that first step, more aggressive?
Yeah, I think that's what he mean by playing with urgency, getting there to the ball, everybody to the ball at one time, and just chasing the ball down.
What have you seen from Rutgers on film?
We seen. I feel like they're a talented team. They have a couple key players, receivers, and a running back that can run as well. So I mean, they're a dangerous team. A new staff over there. So I mean, they're going to be coming out with trick plays, and then it's first Big Ten game. So I mean, they're going to do whatever they can to win.
Taylor and Snyder had some rough moments Saturday. What do you tell them to kind of get them going?
I mean, as anything, if you got a rough game, you got to learn from your mistakes and correct them. That's the only way you're gonna get better. Just like as a team, the only way you can learn is from a loss, and that's what we're gonna do and move on to the next week.
When you're that involved